Hello guys, Sean Fogarty here. Today I'm doing my Club Bruges versus Manchester City preview. 17:45 kickoff, which is in the normal clock is 5:45, 5:45 kickoff in Club Bruges. I'm hearing from what I've heard that Club Bruges is a nice city as well. So if you are going there as a City fan, have a nice time and hope City win for the long journey for you. I think the only players for us that are unavailable is Stones, Jesus and Edison, because Edison and Jesus, because they've got a quarantine because of the stupid Brazil international break thing. And also Stones is out with personal reasons, so that's why he weren't able to travel. So it's going to be a Zach Steffen in goal. Back four of Laporte, Diaz and Walker, and Dinchenko as your left back, and De Bruyne and Gundogan as your two creative attacking midfielders, and Fernandinho is going to be your holding CDM midfielder, and your front three is going to be Grealish, probably. It will be a false nine, probably, of Foden, in my opinion. And I would say I'd play Sterling on the right wing, because it's the only time you can do it, because I don't think Mahrez did himself justice on that right-hand side at the weekend versus Burnley. I think he played pretty poor there. I think you need to give Sterling the right wing position, because he is probably the best of his goals and performances of his career has come from the right wing position, and cutting in on from that right hand side and putting it into the bottom corner. I think you can't really say that he's not doing his justice, really, because most of his bad performances, Sterling, has been coming from that striker position, which we all know doesn't work, and we're pretty much playing with 10 men when he's playing as a striker, because he's not as clinical as our former striker and legend Sergio Aguero, and he's got the pace, but he's good at making the runs in behind. But apart from that, I don't think he's not effective at all as a striker. I would keep him if we can play him on that right hand side and get a striker in. I would keep him because he's done great stuff with this club, but I don't think a lot of the City fans say it or give him the credit that he deserves from the brilliant stuff that he's done for the club, because he's won 3 Premier League titles at the club. He got one the season before last. He got 30 goals, or was it 31? And that was he got 30. He got 31 despite not having a very good season. That's an impressive record. And he also had a great tournament for England. And even though a lot of people might say he only turns up for England, he does turn up for City, but that's when he plays on the right-hand side, not down the middle or on the left-hand side. I think when Sterling's on the right-hand side and when Jesus is on the right-hand side, they're far more effective, and they actually scared the fullbacks of teams, and they add more pace to our side. So we need to. I would start Sterling on the right hand side, because that is the only time that we can get him in on that right hand side. Because I think when Jesus comes back with the form that he's in, he is going to probably get back into the form that he was in before this isolation thing. That's going to put him outside the side of Sterling, and then Jesus deserves to be given that right hand position with the current form that he's in when he comes back. But if Sterling can get back into that side on the right hand side and get back into his good form that he was in when City had a striker, then I think he could challenge Jesus for that spot. Club Brugge are going into this game with in their Belgium league with 2 draws and 1 win. They won 2-0 at the weekend. In the 2 previous games before that, they drew 1-1, and they're currently second in their league, only second due to the side in top having more goal difference than them. So and there's more pressure on us going into this game than them, because we're probably going into it as favourites. But if we don't win this game, if we lose it, or say if we draw, then there's pressure on us to get out of the group. I don't know if that's just my City-itis and my City nerves just talking there, but in my opinion, we've got to win, because with the loss at PSG, even though it didn't really mean much, if we don't win this game, then there's some serious issues and some unneeded nerves into the rest of the games in the group, because we've got. If we eat, I'm not even saying that we have to win convincing tomorrow. We have to just win somehow. If it's 1-0 or 2-1, I take it absolutely all day and then move on to Brighton at the weekend. But we need to win, because if we're currently third, we're currently going out in the group with that draw. Loss at PSG, the last group game. So if we. That gives them a chance to get 3 points ahead of us, and then we've got to pretty much win every group game to get out of the group from then on, if that does happen. So we need to afford. We can't afford that to happen. We need to get out of that pressure and then just win tomorrow night's game. On to my score prediction. I'm going to say it won't be easy, because I think that they might have some ultra fans and some fans that might intimidate our players for the early parts of the game. I think we should just be good enough to get the win over Club Brugge. I'm not saying that they're not a good side. They are a very good side, but we need to step up and put a performance in, because this is actually a massive game for City, in my opinion, and it's a must-win. So I'm going to say Manchester City 3, Club Brugge 1. I think it wouldn't surprise me if they scored first, because in Europe we tend to concede first, and then we're good at majority of the time anyway. We're good at coming back and reacting to it. But we need to get quite an early goal, because I think I think we'll go 2-0 up, and then they make it a bit nervy just before half time and get a goal and make it 2-1, and I think we'll get a goal later on in the second half to kill it off. I'm gonna say Grealish will get a goal, and I'm gonna say Foden will get a goal, and I'm gonna say Diaz from a corner. Because Diaz is a world-class player. The only thing that he doesn't have in his game is goals, because he's only got 1 goal for the club in the 2-1 victory over West Ham last season. And he hasn't scored for City in front of any kind of City supporters, because his goal was when it was behind closed doors. So it'd be nice to get him a goal with the crowd to celebrate with him. And also there's some more news. 7 of our games for the December big fixture period have been selected for TV coverage. Arsenal's on BT, Newcastle's on Sky, and then the Villa and the Brentford games are on Amazon Prime, and the games versus Leagues is on BT, and so a lot of our games are on TV, so don't worry for you guys. If you have Amazon Prime, if you don't have it, you probably need to download it, because for those 2 games that are on Amazon Prime, you won't be able to watch without it, and live anyway. So I was just saying that for you guys that don't live in the UK or don't get to go to the games as often as others, and if you're not a season ticket holder, that goes for every single game. That's all from me today. Like the video, subscribe, share, and follow me on my Instagram and Twitter, which is Big Man City Fan Instagram and Sean Fogarty Twitter. So go on there if you feel like you want to, go on it and follow. And if you don't, then I don't post on Twitter that often, but I do post a lot on Instagram. So if you do want to know if when videos are out, if you don't have, you need to get the notifications on. That's the main thing with subscribing, because if you don't set the notification bell to public, if you set it to private, you won't be notified when I upload. So just because private don't notify you unless you go into notifications, you don't find it. You need to make sure that it's set to public, the notifications. That's all from me today. See you guys soon. There will be a FIFA vlog later on this evening. See you guys soon, and hopefully City can get all 3 points in the group and get closer to the round of 16 qualification. Come on, you blue boys! Come on, City!